Artistic Director for Redhouse, and welcome to Red Talks. We do this every Tuesday night at 6:30, and thank you for joining us, as always. And I just want to say that our challenge grant is still underway. If you want to donate, please go to the redhouse.org, and you can donate, and then every one of your dollars is matched by another donor who is matching everything that you put in dollar for dollar, all the way up to $20,000. We're almost halfway there. So any money that you want to give us, please do right now, the redhouse.org. So I'm standing here in one of our, actually the entryway from the garage coming into Redhouse, obviously wearing masks, because that's what we do here. We wear our masks. Please wear your mask when you're out and about. This is one of my favorite areas because you come into Redhouse from the garage, and then we have this wonderful sort of display. You feel like you're in some place that's really, really cool because you are in some place that's really cool. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to do a bit of a tour, a bit of a backstage tour of our facility, so you can see what makes Redhouse special, like what makes it different from other theaters in our area and around the country. So as you come into Redhouse, we have what's called the visiting artist room. Now this is one of my favorite parts of the facility. So visiting artists, directors, designers can come in, and they can come. This is going to be a little bit, and we can actually have this room right here. It looks like people have already been working in here. That's why all the chairs are scattered. They come in here. They can play Jenga. No, what we do is we come in here and we have production meetings. We talk about some of the shows that we're going to do. We talk about. I sometimes can come spend some time in here myself because it feels like it's an artistic room. It's a room where a lot of ideas can sort of be fleshed out. So this is our visiting artist suite and some art that we actually have on the wall here that was from our previous season. So let's keep going. We're going to go down, continue down this hall. We need to name this hall something. I don't know. So we also have a rehearsal space. So we actually have 2 rehearsal spaces in our building. And this is the first one. And so we can do a lot of different things. I have to, right there, it's high-tech security. So we have to use the key. So we have 2 rehearsal spaces, which is a lot more than most places. So we can do a lot of different things. We turn the lights on. All of our lights are automated. So this is set up right now for this is set up for our camps, and now it's set up for our learning lab. And so they had a great idea to isolate the kids at their own desks, so they're 6 feet apart. So this was done through our camps we did this summer. But this, as you can see in this room, this is a multi-purpose room in which we can do a lot of rehearsals, secondary rehearsals, because our main rehearsal space is the studio, which is across the hall, which I'm going to show you in a second. But this is one of our rehearsal spaces. We've got mirrors, we've got a sprung floor, and again, we have 2 rehearsal spaces, which is really, really exciting. So we're going to keep going, and we're going to come down here back into my favorite hallway. Before we're going to go into the studio. And again, this is set up for our learning lab. Starting next week. For more information on our learning lab, please go to the redhouse.org, and you can get some more information about what we're doing, allowing some students to come in and do some virtual learning here at Redhouse as the school year begins. And as you can see, all our desks are 6 feet apart. So this is our studio. And we have a grid up here, which we can do hang lights. So we can actually do performances or small cabarets. We've done mostly rehearsals in this space. So if you saw Rent or God of Carnage, we rehearse in this space first before we move over to the theater. And it's a big, big space. It's very versatile. We can also do auditions in here as well. This is our Intel here. So a lot of places, a lot of businesses are using these sorts of air purifying systems, which helps take bacteria and viruses out of the air. And so we have 2 mobile units that we move around the theater that really helps. It gives us a lot of, makes me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that we have something like this that can take impurities out of the air, especially viruses and bacteria that would cause sickness, other kinds of sickness besides COVID. So let's go this way. 2 entrances into our theater. Now this is right now, but this is a really cool thing that we do at Redhouse. So this wall here is where we display art from local artists. Obviously, we don't have any shows going on right now, so there's no art to be displayed. So if we're doing a show that, like for example, a show that has something to do with New York, then we would have art that has, that's New York inspired. So, which I think is a really, really cool thing, that we're sort of tying in local art with whatever show that we're doing. I think it was I'm Not Rappaport that we did last year, had all these wonderful paintings of Central Park or New York, and they're for sale. So we have local artists who come in here and do this. Obviously, there's nothing on the wall now, but there really is students on back. Again, this is another one of our Intel curators that's doing a lot of work for us right here. And this is in the lobby, and this would be the meeting place. So you come in from the cold, and you park in the garage, or you come from Salina Street, and you come in here to see a show. This is the meeting place. This is where you would meet. The atrium, and it's sort of like the hub of the whole facility, which I love. The architecture of this is really cool, because it feels a circular sort of environment. It feels very warm, feels very inviting, and it feels also like a hub that you can go off to many different places. So this is Theater 2 right here, the Bill and Penny Allen Theater, and that's the entrance to Theater 1, which is over there. And so you would come here, you would have your drinks at this bar. This is our bar. You would have popcorn and snacks. We have our souvenirs. If you want a souvenir, we still have them. So let us know. If you're interested in getting a souvenir, you can always email us at info@theredhouse.org or artisticdirector@theredhouse.org to get more information. So let's go into one of our theaters. This is my favorite theater. So you got your ticket. You're coming through here. You take a look at our donor wall. All these fantastic donors. All these people who've given money. Let's get a big old shot of that. All these people who have donated money for our cause here. And even has, let's find it right here, it even has, ding, that's right. I gave some money as well. So we forever have our little tile on the wall, which is great. What would be great is if this went all the way down. So if you want to be a donor, please go to theredhouse.org and make a donation. And hopefully, if you make a donation large enough, you get a brick, or you get a tile on the wall. Okay. All right. So you got your ticket. You come and see a show. What are you going to do? You're going to go over here. You're going to get your coffee, maybe a glass of wine. You're going to get your popcorn, and then we're going to go into Theater 2. Now, Theater 2. Again, with the car. What is happening? Oh, there we go. All right. Sometimes, you know. All right, so we come into Theater 2, and it's probably going to be dark, but that's okay, because you know what? I can turn on the lights. So here we go. We're magically turn on the lights here at the theater. So this seats about, in this configuration, 100 people. And so this is obviously in proscenium. If you came to see our shows this year, God of Carnage, which was in the thrust, we actually had seating on all three sides, and that puts us up to about 120. So this is 100, and then putting on all three sides is 120. Obviously, when we do come back, which we do hope to do, I just want to let everyone know that we are really hoping to get theater up and running, hopefully by next year. And when I mean next year, I mean by February. So we're in the midst of trying to figure that out, and hope it'll either be in here or it will be in Theater 1. And we will have to figure out sort of social distance seating. So it will be some sort of configuration that will be hopefully in a way that people will be distanced from each other and will feel safe, and distanced from the actors on stage. You know, part of the issue that we're dealing with COVID times is obviously protecting the audience, but it's also protecting our performers, you know, because they are going to be in close proximity with each other. They're acting with each other. They're, you know, yelling at each other. They're falling in love with each other. So we have to make sure that they're protected as well. So we're going to do a lot of things to make sure that they're tested, that they go through all sorts of different screenings to make sure that when they come into the building, they feel safe and we can protect them as well. This was set up for our camps. So obviously this was our base set up for our camps. We had almost 6 weeks of camps that happened this summer. And I'll tell you, it was spectacular seeing the kids in here. Kids all wore masks the entire time. They did Shakespeare. They did rock songs. They did politically charged dances. They were making bold statements, which I was so excited about. And we taped them. So if you see over here, there's 3 cameras right here. And these cameras taped performances, and we were able to edit them and send them to their parents. I think it was a wonderful way to get the kids in here, and a wonderful way for the parents to see the work that they had done. And I have to say, the kids were mighty sad when the camps ended, because a lot of them had not seen other kids or been around other kids like this, and they were able to do it in a very safe and controlled environment. And we work really hard here to make sure that everyone is safe. That's the most important thing. All right, so we are going to go this way, and we're going to go backstage. That's right. We're going to go backstage. So if you haven't been this way, we're going to show you something maybe you haven't seen. So we're going to go this way. Come with me. Just come off stage. They come this way. So I just say when I just left the stage. I'm coming out this way, and this is backstage at Redhouse, where we are right now. Now, if you're an actor, you'd be coming to one of our 3 dressing rooms that are here. We actually have 6, and I'll open one up because I think they're really cool. Actually, let's open up this one. This is dressing room 2, and voila, which I think is really interesting. It's obviously you have individual lights, as opposed to, so someone keep their lights off, someone keep their light. I want to keep my lights on. I want to keep my lights off. You also have TV to the stage, so you can actually see what's happening on stage. You have a whiteboard. This is, you can write notes. You can say, my zipper's broke, or my shoelaces. I need shoelaces. You can put all that down there, and then someone comes in and reads it, and then they can fix whatever's going on with their costumes. And then here, you can also corkboard. You can put stuff up here. Another great feature, you can actually lock up your valuables. How cool is that, right? What other theater has that? Come on. So anyway, this is really cool. These are great dressing rooms. It's very, very comfortable in here. And, actors really want to be in a place where they feel like they're at home. And so that's what I think they've made here. They've made a home. All right, so we're going to go to now becoming one of my favorite places in the building, is because we just did a whole remodeling of, actually restocking, reorganizing of the costume shop. Ignore those costumes, which are all going to go to Goodwill. But this is the costume shop. And when I say that it was not in good shape, it was not in good shape. But we've sort of put it back together, and we've got bins and bins of costumes, from men's sweaters to women's sweaters, to fleece, to period hats, to white t-shirts, to sweaters, and then more sweaters. We've got more sweaters. Oh my God, we should just do every play we're going to have to be. It's going to have the winter theme every single time, because we've got nothing but sweaters. And this part still needs some work over here, but as you can see, we have tons and tons of bins, and it's just tons and tons of space, which a lot of other theaters just don't have. And we're just really excited to have this amount of space where designers can come in and they can work here, and then we have sewing machines, and they can utilize all this space for their needs. So that's the costume shop, and I'm so excited that it's so organized. It wasn't organized, and now it is. Okay, so then let's keep on going down the hall. You've just come out of off stage as an actor, and maybe you want to go see your friends in the chorus. We're doing a big musical, and you want to come in and see your friends in the chorus, and you go into this room. Nothing is open. Nothing is opening today. How is it? There we go. Okay. And then you have this big room. How cool is this? So this is our chorus dressing room, and then we can obviously put a lot of people in here for some of the chorus, or if we have a large cast and we need a lot of people, we'll certainly bring them in here. And again, this is all sort of state of the art. Like I said, it's television, your corkboard, your whiteboard. and you got your lockers, and you got your individual stations. It's a really, really nice space. We could also use the space for education. So we did a lot of the camp stuff. A lot of the camp stuff happened in here. A lot of the education stuff happened here as well. So let's keep going on our tour of Redhouse. And lest I forget, if you want to donate, please go to redhouse.org, where you can make a donation on our challenge grant, which is happening right now. Everything that you donate right now will be doubled. Just know that. So please go to redhouse.org and check out our challenge grant. And now, the green room. This is our green room, which is not green. It's red. But this is where people come to hang out. This is where people come to sometimes eat. Sometimes we'll have celebrations in here. We'll celebrate birthdays, or the stage management will make coffee. You can put stuff in the refrigerator. So this is a very, it's our very communal sort of space. And like a lot of actors would hang out in here during the show as well. And as you can see, we are compliant. Got to keep your hands clean. And we're doing our part to stay 6 feet apart. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Please do your part. Wear your mask. As we go down this hall, we have these bins. These bins are all full of blacks. And if you ever worked at a theater, you know that there's tons and tons of soft goods. And these are just more and more soft goods that we have that we can hang and put up and create theater. I'm going to show you another special room. So what have we been doing while we haven't, actually we've been in the building. We've actually been working in the building. What have we been doing since we can't produce theater? We have been doing a little house cleaning. So ignore this. Don't look at this. Don't look at that. We created a, we organized, as you can see, all our costumes. Now, when we originally came in here, there was costumes and racks, and nothing made sense. So, with the help of our intern, Catherine, and my wife, Jen Cody, we came in here and totally turned this into a costume storage for the ages, right? Look at this. It's all labeled. Men's outdoor vests, men's casual shirts, men's dress shirts, men's coats, women's spring coats, women's pants, women's skirts. How cool is this? So then if a designer wants to come see a show, they want to come work on a show, they can just come back here and go, okay, where do I go? Ah, here we go. Women's winter coats. I know exactly where that is. Now, also, Catherine, our intern, who's holding the camera right now, you can wave, Catherine. Maybe wave. There. You get you? There you are. She created a Bible, which is really exciting, that maps out this room. And also you have to sign out things from now on. So we're really getting ourselves organized here at Redhouse. So you have a Bible, sign out your costume, and you got to put it back after the production. But this is all mapped out. Actually, the map is on the wall. We can go check out the map right now, which is really, really exciting. Voila. 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 Look at that. Amazing. Okay. So let's continue down here. Again, this is, you never get to see backstage like this. So obviously we have these are all our lights that we can use for different shows, and you know, we have a lot of storage for lights. These are some of our decking that we use for a lot of different shows that we keep stored. Actually, you know, we're gonna go in here. This is our recording room. A lot of people ask, like, where's the orchestra, right? So I always say, well, the orchestra is in a room down the hall. Well, this is the room down the hall. So when we did Rent, if you saw Rent, we had our band was in here. So when you were in Theater One and you were watching the show and the music was being piped in, the band was in here and our conductor was in here actually conducting the show. And we had TV screens. They're all around Theater One, in which people could, the actors could see the conductor cueing them, giving them the beat, and it was all being done from here, which is really, really cool. We can also record in here, which is cool, because obviously the soundproofing, and we can actually record stuff if we wanted to. So it's a very versatile room. For Rock Camp, we did some of the campers were in here for Rock Camp. So again, it's a very versatile room, and it's another one of our strong features here at Redhouse. So also, as you can tell, this place is enormous, right? I mean, I got lost like every single time. And I know that, Catherine, you got lost too, right? Yeah, she's nodding her head. You can nod the camera. Yes. This is another dressing room. This is dressing room 6. We have 6 dressing rooms, and we can put a lot of people here. I mean, that's a lot of theaters only have like 2, and we have 6. So again, another really great space. You know, we have, if anything, we've got space. You know. And so one of the features and one of the reasons why I wanted to come here as an artistic director is the ability to build your own sets, build your own props or items. And this is one of the things that really makes this place special. Again, I wish that I need like a little clicker so the doors just open when I come, as opposed to having to open them every single time. But there you go. This is our scenic shot, which is pretty amazing. As you can see, it's not cleanest right now, but we're in the midst of doing stuff for the camps, so we have things out. But as you can tell, we have tons of places to build things and tons of space to do it right here. This is our scenic shot. So if you haven't seen this is where a lot of the magic is made right here. A lot of the things you saw on stage in the past here in this building was all constructed right here. We constructed all our sets right here in the space, which is really, really cool because we don't have to go other places. All right, we'll go out this way. All right, she's going to follow, and I'm going to shut this door. Now, we're going to go into Theater 1. Here's the deal. So Song Quinn is renting out our space. That's another thing that we do. We actually rent out our space to other organizations and other businesses. And Solomon Quinn has actually rented our space right now. And so they're in there. So I want to make sure that we're not disturbing anything they're doing. But this is Theater 1. And before we go in here, just want you to know this seats up to about 400 if we wanted to. It is a because we have risers and we have movable seats, we can actually put all of our shows in a different configuration. So for Rent, we were in the round. For Romeo and Juliet, we were in the thrust. And for Christmas Carol, we were in the proscenium. Same thing in Theater 2. We can actually do a lot of different variations of how we want to manipulate space. And that's one of the things that I found really appealing when I came here. So we're going to be really, really quiet. So we've got everyone out there who's watching, you have to be quiet, okay? Because we're going in right now. I heard someone. Toby Shack, was that you? I heard you talking. What is this happening? Why isn't anything opening? Help me, why is nothing opening? Okay, we're gonna do this. Nothing wants to open today. Why is this? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, finally got the door open. Oh my God! All right, come on in. As you can see, they're doing some photo shoots. This again is a rental. Song Quinn is renting our space, and so, like I said, we can do a lot with this space. And this is such a great space, and I miss being in here so much because this is where we did Rent, this is where we did Christmas Carol, and this is where we did Romeo and Juliet. So as you can see, we have tons and tons of space in which to create whatever we want it to be. And so I really wanted it to be versatile. I wanted it to be a space that felt immersive. And so that's why this is still set up for Romeo and Juliet. And for Rent, we had seats here. So it really felt communal, really felt immersive. When we do shows again, we'll probably be in here. That's the hope. So you could really have different seating configurations where people will be 6 feet apart, and also a distance from the stage itself, because we need to give distance from the actors on stage. So we're hoping that by the size of this space, it's going to be COVID friendly. That we'll be able to do shows again in a way that's more COVID friendly. Just so you know that if you don't know this, we have a fly system here. So we can bring in things from the air, and so which is really, really great and helpful. And then up there is our stage manager booth, and which is interesting when you go up there to the stage manager booth, it is connected to the other stage manager booth in Theater 2. So you could walk back and forth between both theaters and actually see them at the same time, which I think is really, really cool. All right, let's keep going this way. Are there any questions? Okay. Yes. I mean, I had thoughts about how many different things we could do in here. One was alley seating, which is almost like bleacher seating, like in a basketball court, that kind of theater. I'm still hoping to do that one day. We'll see. So if you were coming to see a show, you would actually come down here. This is sort of the entrance into the space. But we'll go out this way. Again, it's going to be dark. Oh, we'll let this go. Oh, finally, a door I can open. Which was donated to us Steinway, which it's just gorgeous, and it sounds gorgeous in here because the acoustics in this space are so great. So this is our Steinway. Now we're going to go to the front. I want to talk about the future. Because I think the future is important. You know, this whole facility is actually the old Sibley's building downtown, and there's 3 floors above us. Okay. So as we go towards the front, I want to talk a little bit about this is box office. So if you enter on Salina, you would come and see the box office, and this is where you can get your tickets. Obviously, this is the world we're in now. Plexiglass is the world we're in now, and it'll probably stay that way, I would imagine. So we're going to go out here. I want to talk a little bit about the future. So out behind this wall, well, actually, this is Salina is that way, right? But the hope is that this is going to be this in here. We'll be standing here in this. If you look at this, this is the future. This is what we want Redhouse to be, a part of this complex in which there would be office space, restaurants down here, possibly wine bars, you know, and then the theater would just be a part of this sort of larger communal space. And if you come down here, you can see Redhouse right there, and that we would sort of be where this is sort of where we are right now. So look how gorgeous this is. So if you're out there and you need office space, if you're downsizing because of what's happened, unfortunately, in our country, if you need space, please come be a part of what we're trying to do here. Because I really think that this could be having a multi-use facility in which a place where people work, they come down, they can see shows, they can eat, they can do these multi-purpose facilities. I think are really, really interesting and the way of the future. And as you can see, more sort of ideas of what this all could look like. This is my favorite part. Are you kidding me? Sort of like a rooftop, like lounge. Who doesn't want that? Come on. So, like, look at this. Like, that is amazing. This is what this place could be. So, if you are looking for office space, maybe you know, reach out. Let us know, because again, we would love to have you be a part of what we're trying to do here at Redhouse. And so, like I said, this would be the entrance. This would hopefully one day be the entrance into this place. We're going to go in. And like I said, this would be from Salina. So if you're walking down Salina Street, you come right this way. I'm going to keep going this way as we're heading out. So as we keep talking about Redhouse, this is the, actually, let's go in here first. This is the elevator. So if you're coming up from the garage, this would be the elevators. One of our favorite restaurants, Oh My Darling, they donated this wrap for this elevator. They donated this. And I have to say, we love this place so much. Ryan and Leanne, who own it, please go and visit their restaurant. Their food is amazing. They really treat this whole COVID thing really well, and I've felt totally safe every time I've gone, both inside and out. And then they have the Fitz, which is downstairs, which is their speakeasy, which is another really great place. So please visit Oh My Darling and thank them. We thank them so much for giving us this wrap or donating this wrap. So as we come in, this is the entrance into the theater. This is our graffiti wall. So we did rent. We put this graffiti wall up, and we asked everyone to come in, gave them pens, and they drew, and they designed, and they put notes, and and created this wonderful work of art. So just know that the community of Syracuse created this, and how beautiful is this? And I'm hoping that this lives forever. I'm hoping that 100 years from now, they'll see this and they'll see the community and see how they came together to support Redhouse and support the theater and support the community. So just take a look at this. It was one of my, it's an idea we had, and I'll never forget coming in one night and seeing everyone sort of together and writing things and drawing things, and it just touched my heart and made me just think that that's what we're all about. We're all about community. We're all about being there for each other, especially during a time like this. So even though we can't be here to write on the wall and we can't be here to do it together, we still have to be together in spirit in order to get back to some sort of normal. Because I have to tell you, as an artist, as a director, as a writer, as a theater artist, that's been the hardest thing, is that the connection that you have on stage with people, the connection that you have with the community, the connection you have with an audience, and that's what we're missing. We desperately want to get back to that. We desperately want you to come back and join us. So please go to the redhouse.org. Please give what you can. $1 will help. 50 cents will help. Whatever you have will help us. We thank you so much for supporting the theater here in Syracuse. You're a great community, and we do hope to see you again. And just know that we're fighting every single day to make sure that we can come back. So thank you so much for joining us here on Red Talks. We do it every Tuesday. It's at 6:30. We've got some exciting things coming up. I'm telling you, we've got some exciting things coming up. We will announce soon. We will announce hopefully an abbreviated season that we will try to. We can't promise anything until we get a word from the state about what we're allowed to do. But we're definitely going to do our best to get back in theater soon. Thank you so much. Be safe, wear your mask, and we'll see you next week on Red Talks.